Hey everybody, it's Chance here with yet another episode of Pathologic. Last time we started Harvest Day 8, um, and we are trying to get back to the abattoir so we could get more of the abattoir blood to make more panacea. Um, the abattoir is closed again though, so we can't go in there. So we need to get that from Taya, permission from Taya in order to do that. Um, Around this was also we got a letter from Gregory being like, hey, Old Vlad didn't lock up the termitary. And this is the quest in which I believe is the main quest. Yes, it is a part of the main quest in Bachelor Route where you have to choose older Vlad or younger Vlad, or go find a bull in an infected house for Taya in order to get into the abattoir before we got our ass beat. Um, and we're not allowed in the abattoir. In this version, we are not the it's not the main quest. We don't have to do that for Taya. What Taya wants from us is to get the ending of a story that Clara started telling her. And we kind of get like the main force of like Clara versus Artemi, or the Changeling versus Haruspex, um, where we kind of got hints and pieces of that before in the Bachelor route, but there is and Capella has outright told us as well that this is the point where there's gonna be like some real derision and like, because I think this is also where we started getting a lot of like the more ideological components of the Bachelor's Bound, or the Utopians. Um, so we are probably going to start getting stuff from the termites as well. Um, we also, on request of Gregory, we got a letter from him essentially about the choosing younger Vlad or older Vlad, and he's like, older Vlad shouldn't sacrifice himself to younger Vlad. We talked to Katerina about it, who's just like, this is a play that Simon would have made, not Gregory. And from what we know of the Bachelor route, this is the point when Gregory is Simon, and Victor is Nina. Like, they inhabit their memories so closely that they become that person. And it doesn't. The thing is like the kinds are like said to be doing black magic and this and that, but like like who's to judge what is if what's happening isn't actually real? It is real, you know. You know. So we kind of get this bit of Gregory being Simon telling us this ploy and us choosing whether we can go along with it. And both Oglamitsky's have been helpful to us. And it is confusing. It is very confusing about what would be kind of the best mode of action here. Part of me feels like the choice is younger Vlad, but like I can also very much understanding the reasoning the other way around as well. I mean, part of it for me in choosing younger Vlad is because Katerina was talking about the time of families, and due to the nature of because Capella is a part of the Oglamitsky family, and she is kind of like she is one of the mistresses, but at the same time, there is a kind of like focus on not these three families, but rather um, the like the people who are building up the town as a whole type of thing. Um, so I don't know. I feel like that's kind of how I'm playing it at least, or how I'm trying to think of it at least. There are a lot of factors that kind of put that in. That are I'm probably as we get further into this and learn more about the termite faction, which is the our specs bound, and kind of get what they are, which again is all the children, all the main children of the town. Um, so I'm very because like we don't ever go to the polyhedron. Um, I'm gonna assume that that ends up being the case, and that's also the case for Artemi. But I am not sure. I wouldn't be surprised um, in any regard, you know? Because I mean, Artemi does mention in his letter to Denkovsky in that route that he has never met Khan. So, and that kind of matches up, though. That was, I think, day 8. And so I don't know what happens between a day 8 and day 12 that would let us go in there. We also don't know if, like, saving all of the bound will lead to the kind of same ending that, because, like, Bachelor met the powers that be. Them being the children, I don't know if Artemi learns that fact or not. He also officially got Denkovsky's letter where he kind of just fully subscribes to the utopian idea, which just kind of tracked that it would happen at this point after he's been told that Thanica is done, so he doesn't have anything to return back to, even if he finds the source. Yeah, it's like strange because there's some formatting at the end of Bachelorette that kind of assumes that it is due to Bachelor's inherent hostility, or toward a not a inherent but a hostility toward Agalia. But I didn't really get that impression very much myself, to be completely honest with you. I'm curious if it'll be more evident in this route, if it's just like a way you can play Denkovsky. But I don't know. I didn't really get too much of that, even though that was mentioned. It might be just heavier in this one, and could be even heavy in Clara's. I genuinely don't know how much they have an impact, because they are two sides of the same coin. Two hands clasped together, as it were. While Clara is definitely the odd one out comparatively, she kind of hangs over the other two. So I am, again, as always, very curious about what happens in the change on route. So now that I've talked for like 10 minutes, let us get back into it. Yeah, let's get right into it. Oh yeah, also, one more thing. One more thing. Let's see, which save is it? It is the 2200. And one more thing. We also went down into the well before sacrificing Vlad, a younger Vlad, which we just did, by the way. Hello. Oh, there we go. Let me see, yeah, so, because we went inside the well, because it was like, because this was when the rocks are in there, when he fills it up with rocks. And then we went through here and attacked the bandits. We kind of corroborate that version of the story, because in Denkovsky's it really felt like, oh, I was getting on your tail and you close it up. While this one, it's just like, there are guys under there in the tunnels. Smugglers, yeah. They were being chased, yeah, I know. And so, like, I don't know if that is something that actually happened, or if just Artemi is corroborating his story, which would be very funny if he is. I don't think it does anything, but it would be very, very funny. Um, so that being said, I think we finished both of those quests. Because I told Taya, so I think we have to go back to Gregory, I think. So, not sure. And then... Oh, we need to talk to Clara and with Capella. And I don't know where Clara is, so... She is like a huge hidden variable for me. I just genuinely don't know where she is. So we'll go to Capella first, see if she can give us any clues. Like, what time is it? It's 1700, so it's getting kind of late. So we have much to do. Alright. Now that I'm no longer in vacation mode and I am in work mode, I forgot this fucking area is infected. Fuck. Drugs. I meant to eat that, but whatever. Okay. So let's go this way and head toward the Severovs. And then go through that way. Sorry if I'm a little jerkier in my play here. It has been a minute since I've played. I'm actually gonna lower my mouse sensitivity. There we go. Okay. I have like a little I have an ergonomic mouse, so it's a lot more comfortable for my hand to use. Like it's not my palm facing downwards. It's my sorry, I think my cat's yelling at me. One moment. Sorry about that. All right. So it's like the natural position for your hand to be in, as it were. Oh, fucking stupid. And so I can, there's a button right under the scroll button that lets me kind of change the sensitivity of the mouse, which is nice. Which means I typically have it set to 2, but I once accidentally changed it to 3. Sorry, man. Changed it to 3. So I normally use it like that. And when I accidentally change it to 4, it's like too much. But let's see, any bandages? I accidentally changed it to 1 and it was not moving. Okay. So yeah. So sorry about that, for one. I'm back at work again. I think I started saying and then I stopped saying for some reason. Everybody's walking in there. I need to get a rifle because I have so much rifle ammo, but I can't do any. I don't have a shotgun or what's it called? A rifle. It's literally the name. I don't have a rifle, so I can't, which stinks. Let's remember the quick save. It didn't kill you? Fuck you. I'm loading that save. That went very poorly. About as poorly as it could have gone. But I'm starting it back at work again, so the gaps in between episodes is a lot longer. At least between me playing them. I want him to stab that guy, because honestly, I don't really want to deal with this. Come on, man, just move a little faster. Shake your tush or whatever. You know what? Fuck this. I'm going up here. But so during my vacation, I was very able to just keep just playing the game day after day because I had so much time, and in some cases I could record 2 episodes. Perfect, thank you. In a day, as it wasn't like I was doing much of anything else, to be completely honest with you. So, I'm glad they're having fun. Area of my business. Anyway, so if I literally, I come back from work, I'm tired. I only really have time to do like one thing. Each episode of this is like, it's between it's around an hour and a half, almost 2 hours on average. I should have gone inside that shop. Too late now, I guess. So, like, I've I've been watching movies. I've been playing other games. I've been playing a lot of Fear and Hunger and Fear and Hunger Termina. Um, I haven't beaten the original Fear and Hunger, but I was kind of in the mood for something different from that formula, especially considering that like the concept of Termina interests me like kind of way more. So, oh, I have only full bottles. Let me talk to Capella.
It's the same power that my dear mother used to glimmer with.
Sorry, I'm gonna make a save first.
Changeling is ordering around like a real mistress. Something's changed.
Do not let us down. We shall win together. You'll see. Do you know where Clara could be at the moment? She has been hanging around Notkin lately. Had a bite, but went away empty-handed, I think. Oh, she's showing teeth now. Long, sharp, fine, curved fangs those are. Or she may be at Murky's. She's been asking Riddle all about her. Thank you, Victoria. Okay, so either Murky or Notkin. Let's talk to Notkin since he's kind of on the way anyway. Luckily, it's convenient. So we'll chat with Notkin. We'll go around just because that place is, since we need the back warehouses and not the front warehouses, so that way we can kind of avoid the that way we can avoid the higher risk rate before it becomes nightfall. Oh yeah, also we have no money because I bought a repellent cape. And the thing is that the repellent cape is 10,000% worth it. So... okay. Alright. Getting hungry. Let's eat. Yeah, I mean, I'm tired, but I would like to hold off on eating any coffee beans if I don't have to. Alright, so let's go chat with Notkin, and then we'll go to Murky.
I see double or something.
Have you seen Clara by any chance? I have, I'll show you. Funny coincidence. She was looking for you, too, and looked serious about it. I literally cowered when I saw her. This Clara's up to something. Chances are she'll outsmart us all. What did she want? No bloody idea. She has an agenda. Look triumphant, too, as though you've given her a jackpot. Where is she now? At Murky's van. Thank you. Alright, so now even more of a reason to see Murky. Oh yeah, but as I was saying before we chatted with our good friends Capella and Notkin, um, I literally was going the right way. I've been playing Fear and Hunger and Fear and Hunger Termina. I was initially gonna maybe play Termina for the channel, but then I was like, the pathologic stuff's gonna be long enough already. So if I play it for the channel, it would be like really, it would be a while before I could play it. Um, so I'm like, you know what, I can play it for myself. If there's ever any interest for it, and like I could stream possibly, but that's a future thing. That's I would have to feel comfortable doing that. As I kind of like being able to edit myself, even if I don't edit out much. But hey, Marky.
What happened in the abattoir? The earth is all soaked.
I've been told such a scary tale. Who does that? What kind of tale? It's about an orphan and an underground dwellers, about Kengen and the false legs who undermine houses, and about the water from Sogakakaruk. What's so scary about it? A lot of it is. I asked Clara if she could speak to my parents and ask how I can protect myself from getting infected. She said she'll tell me a fairy tale and they'll come to life and I'll be able to speak to them myself. And then she began talking. Come to life. How's that? I don't know. You can't tell by the fairy tale because she hasn't finished. Oh, it's gnawing at me. Why? Because she called Mommy and Daddy. That's how it was in the tale. What if they come and I miss them? I don't know where they're supposed to arrive to. You only found out about the location at the ending. Don't waste your time. Yeah, that's the same thing that Taya was saying. Because it's a ploy to kind of get them on her side. Or to get them to owe her something.
It's so cold.
What do you want, Ripper? Let me see. You started telling the mother a story. Why did you need to confuse her so much? That, Ripper, is none of your business. You stick to your own. Leave me and my tales be. What was that maybe the wrong thing to say? Eh? What do you think, Changeling? Don't you threaten me. I've been threatened enough. Don't stick your nose into things you know nothing about. Tell me how it ends. Get lost. And don't you ever cross me. I don't interfere with you cutting livers out of living people, now do I? And just so you know, I feel sorry for them. I could very well complicate your life quite a bit. Okay, okay. Peace. Well, that's a failure. Clara chose to refuse to tell me how the story ended. So, I guess that's how, because there's this whole thing. Did I talk to Murky?
What have you got there?
Oh, I'm so scared.
Two
I
more
can't
hands?
sleep now. Don't be afraid. It's not real. What do you mean, not real? It's about mommy and daddy. You shouldn't think about it like that. Oh no, what if at the end I'll find out how to see them? What if they come back? I'll stop by tomorrow. We'll think of something. Oof. Oof. Oh my god. Oh boy.
Donkovsky believes the disease came from the wells. He's wrong.
You're right, he is. The souls and a halves have told me a funny story about crystal flowers or something. How do you even know that tale? No idea. The ending is really funny, though. There's nothing funny about it. It's scary, actually. It shouldn't have made them laugh. And they were totally hysterical, especially when it got into that prince. They couldn't have laughed. What made them laugh? The prince getting desperate and thinking a flower a lot like this would never grow in his garden again? Or maybe the living flowers dying because a crystal one took everything from them? The water, the air, or even the light? Is it that bit? Let's see. No, another one. Well, was it the gardener coming with the scissors and the prince making it so that he'd cut the living flowers instead of the crystal one? Or that the terrible flower throwing out seeds, giving birth to a whole new garden, 100 times more beautiful than the previous one, but having no real flowers? Let's see. There was something else. That's the end. That could have been known anything else. They're lying. Maybe. And you know your tales, huh? I can turn to Cheek's daughter and conclude the fairy tale. I don't know what her reaction will be. Maybe Clara made fools of us all. Interesting. Let's see, what time is it? 1900. Let us, while we are not in the termitary, let's head to Gregory just to kind of finish off that side quest. What Clara is doing? I don't I don't quite I don't quite know what to think about it just yet. Right. She is also a child, right? In a different world, she's the one who relates to them, not me. And so there is something interesting, or rather Artemi. So there is something interesting about not like as young as like Murky and Taya are, but like, you know, probably I don't know how old like Capella, Nutkin, Con are meant to be. Same with Sticky. Because I don't know, like I know Notkin reads a little older, like teenager. While leave me alone, leave me alone. But you know, like thanks guys. Oh yeah, also Victor kinda sick, and also Anna Angel, so we can't possibly speak to what's going on? The game froze for like 0.5 seconds and then I got my ass beat, so Happy New Year. Oy oy. Tough crowd, tough crowd. Too much going on.
Tell me what you want, and I will tell you who you are.
I gave Junior Olglimitsky over to the kin, and you've made the right choice. Here is your reward for setting an innocent man free. Thank you. With each passing day, I feel that the life of the kin is my own life. I must protect it and avenge its suffering. Whatever fate it had in store for these few thousand people, Vlad the Younger is directly responsible for their death. Yeah. Well, let's eat some bandages. Damn, that kicked my ass. Okay. Still not great, but... Alright, so... Let's see if we can get lucky and, get some bandages. But yeah. Let's go moving on. Like, when it comes to the stories, like, of course, like, especially the younger ones, right? Like, you can tell Murky a story, or tell Taya a story, and, like, they both recognize, like, I think that, like, Taya wants to know the end of the story, but I don't think she risks being pulled in the same way. Let me catch this rat. There. She doesn't risk being pulled in the same way because she's, you know, in a position of power. That's how she becomes, more useful to Clara, but like that's part of the reason Taya has us get the end of the story, because she knows that. Murky, on the other hand, she doesn't really have anything, but she is important. Not in like the same way that Taya does, right? She is an orphaned child with no parents. And no parents, because they died of the sand pest 5 years ago. So, like, she is important in that respect, but, you know, like, there's a different push and pull. She is one of the children, so she makes, you know, she, like, all the other children, make things happen, in specific ways. Like, it's interesting. It's like also, right, like it's probably, that's also the reason that Clara, that's also part of the reason Clara has, like, if you throw a knife at that child, I will destroy you. Hey, kid. Whoops, wrong button. Whee! Yeah, leave me alone. Not my business. Okay, anyway. Alright, cool. Brought my reputation up a bit, which is good. But anyway, like, Clara can't really do anything to the Utopians at all. 2100. I'm like almost there, so I think I should be fine. So I just need the abattoir open. So I should be able to... Well, I don't know what'll happen once I get in the abattoir, because we need to get more blood, but... we have a few hours. We'll be fine. This is the only thing we have to do today. But, yeah, I do not feel like dealing with that right now, to be honest with you. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Yeah. Also, because I haven't been playing the game for a number of weeks straight, I don't have the map as internalized as I did before. Alright. Let me... Yeah, looks like I'm like about to fall down. It's all sick is the thing. Yeah, so it makes sense for... That rod's huge. It makes sense for... what am I thinking? It makes sense for Clara to go after Artemis Bound. But then that means there's nobody... Because it's like... Nobody impacting the Utopians very much, but... You know... I think it helps that Denkovsky's on such a back foot, you know? But I also do feel like the relationship between Denkovsky and Clara is less hostile. There's like a little bit of that in day 6, but I think at the end of it they're not like actively against each other in the way that Artemi and Clara seem to be, so.
Changeling has a haughty attitude. She knows something.
Here's the story of how the Icy Prince ends. Oh, do tell! As time went by, the crystal flower became the greediest in the garden. It drank all the earth's juices, but most importantly, it also snatched all the sunlight. The garden began so dark that even the air had turned cold. Ooh! What did the prince do when the time was right to pick the crystal flower? Let's see. Sorry, I just want to make sure I pick the correct one. The prince executed a crafty plan. He engineered it so the gardener would pick a different flower instead of the crystal flat. Yeah, sounds right. It's all been coming to that. So did the flower end up all alone in the empty garden? Let's see. Yes, it blossomed, spread all its seeds all over the place, and a new garden grew, 100 times more beautiful than the one before. So that's how it is. Yes, that sounds right. What about Prince? Why did he have to kill the simple flowers? Let me into the abattoir, Mother. Come, I'm going to fall asleep now. Then I'll go there myself and crack the great pit open. Do you know where it is? Follow the passage between the buildings, and you'll find yourself right by the pit. Thank you, Mother. The passage into the abattoir is clear. Taya Chichik's Mauer is immense. I hope the girl herself is unaware of the true extent of her influence. While she's still a small child, the kin will go out of their way to fulfill her every whim, pampering her as if they did her grandmother. I really like the relationships on display in this game, between the different people, between the poll, between the populace and everything. It is very much a game about like a matriarch or a matriarchy. Not matriarchy, but like the power of a matriarch, and the pull of that kind of power. Right, because at the end of the day, it's about following a mistress, and it's always been about that to an extent. I don't really know. There's probably more to it. Oh, the sounds. There's probably more to it that I don't quite have myself just yet. I can probably look into, but it also feels just kind of like, yeah, like that is what part of what the game is about to an extent. That there being like the tunnels and stuff, you know, like very like not really a game about like insects or anything like that. Which way? We want left, I think. I think this is how we get to Oyen. Especially this structure, it feels very like, because it's about bowls and stuff, but it feels very hive-like, you know? All the pits and the, you know, like they are called worms. So there's something there, I feel. I'm not like 100% sure, but again, there's something happening there, even if I don't quite know what to do with it just yet. But oh, I need to buy food.
Was it not the last Udur?
Do you come here often, kindred one? Do you seek to be employed by Vusvlad? The plague is fierce, but we must not abandon work. Perhaps you are a Nodong? Bring us a bull then. Perhaps you are a butcher? Then kill one for us and prepare its meat for transportation. I want to ask you where the blood you gave me yesterday came from. Yet, you will not get an answer. Why should I share this knowledge with you? You cannot take it, and it will rip you apart. I am the son of Isidro Barak. It is not an Oyen's place to talk to me about knowledge. I see someone before me who calls himself a son of Barak. You haven't accepted his inheritance and therefore unworthy of his name. Accepting it is my personal business. Then there is nothing to talk about. You are not your father's son until his lines continue through you. Leave. I'll be back. I will only speak to you when you have your father's ude hanging from your neck. Seems like something that has been concealed from you by the one that passed the inheritance from you. I'll be back, Elder One. This means I don't claim the entirety of my father's inheritance. Symbols, symbols. Everywhere I look, there are signs to be deciphered. Did Aspity lie to me? I can't believe it. But then why do they all avert their eyes whenever I mention my inheritance? I mean, like, part of it is, like, he needs to be that... Because, like, he's kind of floundering still, you know? He understands, like, this is something I need to do. But I don't think... Like, I think he's getting there slowly and surely. Like, understanding... You know, especially with us finishing that quest. Like, he needs to become the Haruspecs, you know? He needs to become the Warden. And he is technically the Warden to the townspeople, but their opinion is not what matters here. It is um, it is this area, but like, also at the same time, well, okay, so we want to talk to Aspity, so we actually want to go, my thing, we don't want to exit through here. We would like to continue going, so we don't want to exit, we want to go this way. Because that's closer to Aspity's house. I wish we could enter through this way so we could talk back to him again, but whatever, we'll go around, it's fine. Perfect. This place starts to kind of all blend together at a certain point. Alright, cool. So now let's head to Aspity. Don't really have much money. I don't have that much bullets. Oh wait, no, I literally just got money from Gregory, so I can probably stop by a food place and get some food.
The Inquisitor proceeds with her terrible harvest. Is she pretty at least? Baby doll?
I didn't expect her to say baby doll. Okay. Okay. Wow, Aspity calling a guy a baby doll. Anyway, stupid game. Look me in the eye, Aspity. Did you hand over my father's inheritance to me in full? Every bit and every part of it? No, I didn't. I confess. What was it that you preferred not to share with me? It's a bone. A brass point genius horn. Here. It confirms that you are the eldest of the Baraks, and that you know the right and preserve the art of copious taglure. Why did you hide it from me? Intuition. Also, I have a strong feeling that this is the exact horn that had pierced your father's chest. I managed to snatch it from under the nose of Sabarov's crazed henchmen while they were inspecting the crime scene. Had I given it to you, you would have been walking around the place of the murder weapon in your pocket. What you did was right. The Baraks are a topious taggler. You know the lines. You know how to cut a body open. The right is your right, but there are few families of the kind left. I have no right to make this choice for you. Tell me about the other families. Few families still hold the right to carry out the right in this part of the steppe. The Mengies, the Besiches, the Baraks, the Oyans, and the Crooks. The last of the Mengies died. He was basically killed by a black Nina. The Besiches used to know the lines almost as well as the Mengies, but they've been brought to naught by Twyrin. Why were they the best? Yes, well, each family had its own line of work, and each was rather brilliant when handling their line. The Baraks, for example, have always been talented healers. The McGees were the most ruthless and decisive. The Besetches were the greatest in number. The Oyans and the Crooks have never been taken seriously. They are apprentices, not masters. Give me the bone. It is rightfully yours. Take it and forgive me. I swear that I meant well. Had I not abused the situation, you'd have been dead by now. You will now be once again accused of patricide by many. The week-old story will repeat itself. Be prepared. It will be different now. I will take care of it all, on my own. I'm getting closer and closer to the answer. Aspity tries to take care of me, and the foreman. He acts as if he is waiting for me to strangle him with my bare hands. I should return to him. With this horn. Bonehorn. Bos Primogenus.
Yes.
A beast from legend whose lines reflect all the intricacies and laws of the universe. Gave this bone to one of their first Menkyu. Huh. Alright, let's go talk to Ayun. The meanest cloud in the... not in the whole game, but in a large portion of the game. Very rude, very high up there as one of the rudest clouds. Alright. This rat's very fidgety. Ah, fuck. Any infection? I can't tell, but judging from the sound... When was my last quick save? You know what? That was probably a bad move, and I'll redo that whole stuff again if need be. What the fuck was I doing? Did I already talk to... Oh, yes, okay. Cool, so I did already talk to Aspity, but I already made that save, that's great. Good job, me. I see a rat that I can catch, and I just get so caught up. Like, when in reality I shouldn't. 'Cause that's... I literally hate this shit. I literally hate this shit. There. Fill up my immunity, see if that helps. Okay, I'm just gonna... I don't know. Because that seemed to be a kind of floating cloud, so maybe that kind of helped in despawning it. What time is it? 2300, so I think I'll make it. I think this should be the end of the quest. We'll get some food afterwards. In the final hour. This day was definitely a long day. No doubt about that. I need that metador myself. Wrong way. I'm a silly fool. 2300, okay. We're almost there. Alright, so looking at the looking at the walkthrough, it does look like I'll have to go back to the Inquisitor, which means I will have to go from here all the way here. And I don't think I can do all of that within an hour, in-game hour. So I'm just gonna slow down time so that we can finish this main quest. Think it is important that I do. I mean, it would be interesting to play this game as more intended, of which if you make that mistake, you either go through with it or possibly lock yourself out of like anything but the bad ending of the game, or redoing the whole day. And again, that is an interesting experience to have. There is a comic on Tumblr. It's considered one of the more popular art in the Pathologic tag in that game. In that part, it is the scene. It is and it is about Artemi and his legacy. The artist kind of got the main kind of got a deep feeling from it from accidentally running out of time on one of the days and Murky getting sick. So I do think the game has purpose in doing that, and I feel like it does create a very emotional and like works with the rest of the game kind of sense. However, I also recognize that it is not fun to watch that. To replay all of that over and over again. So, this isn't a roguelike. And to be honest, the gameplay is on the slower end, which does make it more difficult to kind of pull that kind of roguelike type thing that like Fear and Hunger isn't a roguelike, but you have to play that game like a roguelike. But it does, Termina moves, the game moves fast once you kind of start figuring out stuff, so but I digress.
Mother Bodho warns her kin. Bodho's veins flow.
I have accepted my father's inheritance in full. Speak. I see. A worthy deed. I know now that you haven't had the bone before due to ignorance, not cowardice. It is henceforth yours. What do you want to know? Speak. Where did the blood you gave me yesterday come from? It is the blood of Boss Primogenus, an image of Boss Turok, who goes by the name of an Arok, an ancient steppe bull whose lines are akin to the lines of the cosmic bull, but it was left over from a sacrificial rite. But the rite didn't go the way you wanted it to. You couldn't get living blood from the beast killed the day before yesterday. That is so, but I can draw it from the earth. It is the blood that fuels Suwok's body, the blood that flows through her veins underground, the blood that we have been pouring there since time immemorial, feeding Boss Turok's body to be fed by him in return. So you've taken this blood from below the ground? How old is it? Warmed by Suok's body, brought to life by Suok's breath, the currents of thousands upon thousands upon thousands of bulls cut open lie underground. Its age should be of no concern to you. It has been living blood of Suok from the moment it was poured into Boss Turok's veins. Where exactly is the entrance point that the blood gets poured into? I will tell you of this too. Here, in the abattoir, at the heart of the house of Suok, lies a well that is connected to the veins feeding the earth. Can blood be extracted from there? Only by an Odong, a foreman of the abattoir, who belongs to a long Taglor and knows the right. The blood rises from down below, heeding his call. But I will not call this blood for you until we are equal. Why not? Because I do not want you to have it. You are unworthy of thinking about it, let alone taking it. It was not you, but Vlad that I gave the blood to before, and to help him on his orders. So how can I get this blood? By making the sacrifice and fulfilling your father's duty. By passing every trial, completing every task, and proving that you are worthy of making such a sacrifice. Not before that. Come tomorrow. We shall talk about it. I will. Let me see. Oh, is this a new... I think this is a new mission. Who will the sought one be? Whom are we getting to cure? Ever since I was a child, I knew that sacrifice is the only way to proceed. This has nothing to do with superstition or the prophecies of the mistresses. This is just a fact. A sacrifice will have to be made. This sacrifice is what enables the Urdog to live. This has nothing to do with the ritual, but is rather suggested by the law of a higher justice. There is a sacrifice I should make, and I know what the offering is. This will be my only destination, regardless of the path I take. The offering dies, the sought one lives. There is no other way. Having said that, I remember that a warden might appoint the offering himself, as long as the conditions are met. The offering, the rules dictate, should be appropriate. It should be proportionate. It should be linked closely to the one performing the sacrifice. Otherwise, what sacred power will the sacrifice bring forth? None whatsoever. So be it. So the bowels of the earth beneath the town are filled with the smallest arteries, transporting the sacred blood. The whole place is saturated with it. As far as I know, they could have been pouring blood into the earth for thousands of years. But why is the blood still hot? What keeps it alive? I should talk to Agalia about it. Yeah, man. Another day on the job, am I right, buddy? Anyway, that's how I feel at work sometimes. I mean, the Earth has certain properties that if you take care of it the way it's supposed to be taken care of, it does provide for you in its way. There are a fair amount of cultures that believe in that and follow that kind of doctrine. Or at least those kind of ideas. A white man, a white American, cannot speak to indigenous cultures of America or Canada or otherwise, but so we'll pop around. But there is a kind of importance of that exists and has been present for thousands of years, I'm pretty sure, before colonization. So like, you know, there is a certain way that colonization and capital and that kind of stuff kinda poisons the earth deeply. Of course, it's bigger than that, right? There is something Again, I'm not sure about the polyhedron just yet. I do know that Artemi wanted Dankovsky to destroy the polyhedron, so to choose choose that over destroying the town. Right. I don't know, like even in that version of the events, so I don't know if, because like we're getting different images here than we got in Dankovsky and Bachelor Route. Like it does seem that I've also been walking through this steppe a lot more. There's like the polyhedron is a nail that punctured the earth and exposed and caused something living beneath the earth to bleed, is kind of that interpretation, and that oozing is the sandpest. In that version, as long as you are not, you can build the things like the polyhedron. You can build things like the polyhedron when you don't have to worry about there being years and years of accumulation of life underneath, right? I think even there is a idea that in Dankovsky Route at least that that there is something about the people themselves and like the town itself being the cause of the plague, so to speak. The weight of all these people on this land has kind of caused things to burst. And I mean, like the whole thing, because they're the utopians and everything, right? Like they are a specific discussion on their kind of specific focus on ideology is ascending humanity. And me personally, I just do not believe that should be the goal of humanity, is to ascend itself. I think humanity and like understanding yourself and kind of I do not think I personally just do not think that the goal of humanity should be to ascend itself, just as a whole, I don't think that's what humanity is about, or anything like that. Of course, that is an ideological statement, and I think this game does a very, very good reason for why these people believe those things in particular. Believe those things in particular, and right, like I 1,000% understand why the Kinds and Dankovsky and the Stomatins and Ava and even Vlad to an extent would believe that, no, there's no doubt in my mind. changing it back. So, you know, like, that's a me thing, right? Like, I just... Clearly the thing there is... The polyhedron and what it stands for is obviously significantly better. Because it is an ascension of humanity, is a miracle formed. It is something that he wants more than anything else. But obviously I don't feel like it's going to be read the same way here in Artemi.
Why are they playing me up?
I'm happy to see you here. Still, it would be better for you not to come here too often. I've been to the abattoir. The things I found there are hard to explain to an unprepared person. I am well prepared, though. I know your people's mythology. I know the legends of these lands. Tell me what you have learned there. Tell me where the blood came from. I will believe the most mind-boggling report, especially if it's consistent with my own data and calculations. There is a whole system of underground tunnels beneath the town up to Gorkon River. Sacrificial blood has been poured down there for hundreds of years. No surprise there. I've read about it when I was preparing for the trip. Furthermore, I know for sure that other people have similar cults. They belong to different ethnic groups. Some of them are northerners. The blood there is alive. It means the town nourishes it, and it probably nourishes the town. That's inexplicable, but it's a fact. Well, is it consistent with your data and calculations? Well, I'll be. It is consistent with the calculations. As for the data, well, it also is. This is why digging wells is prohibited around here. This is why the rivers are so shallow and the Gorkorn is so clean. Yes, I'm impressed, but I am not shocked. I was prepared to encounter something unique, even though I expected I was prepared to encounter something unique, even though I expected the mundane. How do you explain this? Wait a moment. This may be a rather fascinating natural phenomenon, but you should look at it from a different angle. If there is blood circulating the town, feeding it, then it's alive. This is your sought one. It all clicks, doesn't it? At least the size is fitting. What does Erduk mean? A body that contains the world. I am simply interpreting Isidor's words. Here, I've written it down. He knew that said Erduk was in danger. He knew that only a miracle could save its life. He knew in order to cure it, one would require the rivers of Panacea. And so he decided to replace the foreman and regain legitimate control over the kin to get closer to the Erduk's bowels. You are correct. Yes, it's true. Well, I have a different point of view, but I think I'm reconstructing Isidor's thought process more or less correctly. The sign refers to some unnamed entity. It was silly of him to include this super being in his list among ordinary patients. It must have been boggling his mind too. Yes, that's my father all right. If I try to put myself in his shoes and look through his eyes, that's exactly what must have happened. My search has come to an end. The answer is in Erdug, the body that contains the world, a living creature that my father vowed to protect, the settlement nurtured by animal husbandry. One thing seems dubious, though. What kind of sacrifice could possibly be proportionate to such a sought one? Let me see if she just has anything else. Okay. Alright, well, let's head to the Oklamitskis. No interest in you. Alright, let's head to the Oklamitskis and end it there. A shorter episode, but I feel pretty good about all of that. Feel like I didn't really have many quiet moments. This is the benefit of 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 kind of doing parts of the game kind of far out from each other. It lets me kind of think on things and have it simmer in my brain instead of just eating it all at once. But obviously, still many ideas that I don't quite have complete thoughts for because I can't. I like this game. I like thinking about this game. I like thinking about the words on the page that it is showing me and providing for me. Hey, I'm being chased. 67, 63, 80. Oh, did they get killed? Oh no, it's still behind me. I think it was just a different soundtrack. Whoops. Not really sure what to do there. Oh, I meant to buy food. Oh, beans. How many bullets do I have? Oh, fuck. That was on me. That was very stupid of me. Let's see if I can really quickly head to the park. Grab some food. Hopefully that place has food for me. But is this the door? Hey man, please tell me you have something. Fuck. Fuck you. Alright, that one's not food. That one's not food. That one's not food. I think that one's food. Shit. Okay. Let's keep our fingers crossed that one place has food.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
You know what? Let's finish this episode off by going to the theater performance. We have the time, and plus I'm out and about anyway. I'll read that in a second. Before I sleep, I want to get some food. I still do have some time. Even if it's not a lot of it, still do have some time.
Do you see now how many mysteries the Earth holds? The more terrifying the mystery, the deeper it lies, and the fewer wells can reach them.
The bowels of the abattoir were turned inside out. There are beasts there.
It's filled with roots and dirt. The underground doors opens easily, but you can only go through if there's a grave behind it. Hopefully you catch my drift?
There's nothing to lose anyway. The soldiers will be here tomorrow. Let's risk it.
You're free to go anywhere. To the right, to the left, upwards, and even downwards a bit. You're welcome to make sure there are no tricks.
Who cares? It's all the same in the end.
I also just realized that we wouldn't have seen that theater show, so that was all new. All new stuff. Let's talk to Mark while we're here.
Even the wisest of men may be so indifferent in ordinary matters, but they are seldom so in their most serious affairs.
Right. And this one is focusing on the well and the earth, of which and the army arrives. Yeah, no, but that talks about the passageways and wells, which even if I did see that, oh fuck, and now I was just like, that's a new sound. Yeah, it's because the army is here. Oh fuck. Anyway, right, we were gonna get food. That was the whole reason we went to the theater instead of ending the episode there. So now there are sounds of the army, and so we're just gonna hear random random rifle shots, and the incinerator, and we can talk to Alexander Block. Oh my, ooh, ooh. Day 9, another paradigm shift. Block enters the screen and it's a different type of horror. A different type of power. Not much, but those prices have skyrocketed again. Damn, if only I got to it beforehand. Not great, but better than nothing. Alright, so I can probably stay at Lara's place. Oh, but it's sick! Oh boy, okay. It took me a little too long to realize that. Oh, I gotta get the map from Notkin. Oh my god. I usually try to end the episode before doing all of this stuff so I can do this all in a fresh brain. Or, you know, not at the very end. And this is why. Okay, let's save. Oh man, our exhaustion is... Ooh, we're gonna like pass out on the floor and die. Alright, let's go sleep at the Olgomitsky's. It's kind of more center. It's more center of the map. And also it doesn't seem like it's infected over here, so... That's kind of the tact we have to play, I think, and then we can actually sleep. At least we watch the theater show, so we can sleep until 7 o'clock and get started right away. Man, day 8 was a long day. Truly. Alright. Alright. Oh, I haven't even read the letter yet. Oh my god. Galia, stop sending me letters. Okay. Agalia Lilich's letter on the beings of a higher kind. The foreman claims that the earth is nourished by blood. Could it be that this Udug your father wrote of? There are miraculous creatures all around us, I think. Some of them so great that we cannot even feel their presence. How can we possibly recognize them? A man would only accept something that he is prepared to acknowledge as a fact. Nevertheless, the town is alive. It has a head, a heart, and a belly. There are veins running through its massive body. The town has its own memory. It breathes, it thinks, it feels fear. Who knows? Perhaps the town could even feel love? A world in which the towns have a heartbeat is the world I want to live in. I want to feel the earth tossing and turning beneath my feet. I mean, yeah, you know? Alright, let's... Drinky. Whoops. Anyway, sleepy. Oh, I'm so hungry. Oh, I'm so hungry. The town is dying. It all ends in less than 4 days. Oh, I'm so hungry. And I don't have anything. Day 9, in which it becomes apparent that the Haruspecs will have to fight for the kin and the land of his ancestors. Alright. Alrighty, so... Save the game, and that is where we're gonna end this time. It's fun when the game makes you feel frantic. Even though, like, I do try to set some internal rules, even though I do have cheats, right? It's like, I gotta try to do this without cheating first, and it's only if when it's, like, gonna actively hamper my enjoyment of the rest of the game am I gonna not try. To be fair, the beginning of the route is basically where I more or so cheated a bit, at least in this route. But you can't blame me that much. The beginning of this route is difficult. Or rather, it is more that it is hard to survive, which is kind of the same thing. You kind of have to have the mechanics in check in a specific way. That I didn't quite get until later. So, and that's, you know, that's on me for misunderstanding, I think. It primes me more for Clara. That's Clara route for sure, but I don't really know how hers is gonna go at all, so we'll see. Alright, so this day 8. A lot to chew on. So I will start day 9 next time. The army is here. And as we all know, it all gets worse from here, you know? But see you guys next time. Hope you all have a great one. Bye!